Happy Friday, y'all. We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. So I was sitting in my car yesterday on my lunch break and I was feeling extra cute. And I was taking some thirst trap pictures for my husband. You know, thirst trap pictures are like this. And I was going over the pictures, make sure there's only one chin showing and my nose is not looking that big. You know, the regular when you checking out your pictures before you send them. And I was saying to myself, oh my God, there's two car seats in the back. He ain't going to take the bait. My husband is very, very, very passionate. I don't think he loves anything more than the idea of not having any more children. He vehemently does not want any more children. And uh, he don't want any more children from me or anybody else. He is all the way done. So me looking sexy, sexified, with two car seats in the back is gonna kill any um a mental stimulation that I am trying to provoke with these pictures. So I put it up on my social media. I'll post it in my community section. And you know, with the caption that I just explained to you, and somebody wrote, well, if she had a Samsung, she could just erase it. And I wrote back, I do got a Samsung. I got an S22 Ultra. I didn't even know my phone could do that. And then I did it and I got rid of the car seats. But if you didn't know me to know me, you wouldn't know that there was car seats back there. But my husband know there's car seats back there. He ain't trying to get me pregnant, okay? And I didn't get married to wear condoms, so we had a stalemate. You know what I mean? Anywho, I want to talk about Tyrese Gibson, aka Crimea River Reese. Um, if y'all don't know who Tyrese is, please give me an invitation to the rock you've been living under. I want to be that desensitized from the world. Um. And normally he seems very erratic and mental and just off his rocker. He's coming off the heels of multiple consecutive terrible relationships that have ended pretty badly. His last he's in a relationship now, but divorced from his wife Samantha, who I think I've did a video before. She's kind of racially ambiguous. I think she's black. I'm not sure what she is, but you know, she looks like one of those. Very coffee with a lot of cream, like me, fortunately. Um, so anywho, he goes up to the Breakfast Club a couple weeks ago. That's a TV show. It's syndicated with DJ Envy Charlemagne the God. That's his name, his stage name, or what have you. And anyway, there's some back and forth, and Tyrese says, you know, you disrespected my wife. I should box you in the mouth. First of all, what a yellow cake thing to say to another grown ass man. You tell your kids you're going to box them in the mouth. You tell your kids, I'm going to pop you in the mouth. I'm going to box you in the mouth. Oh, so yellow cake. Anyway, to me, I was just going to let it brush over like, oh, it's just another thing. Da, 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 da. But I've been watching more videos on it and it got topic worthy for me because he said something, Tyrese said something very poignant, and I'm going to explain what triggered me for this video. So Tyrese goes and explains the relationship that he has with DJ Envy, because DJ Envy is a disc jockey, radio jockey, DJ, and Tyrese is a box office movie star. How these two paths cross. Anyway, DJ Envy has an affair with Erica Mena, the same woman I did the video on before. DJ Envy wife wants to leave him. They were together for a very long time, have a lot of children. I think at the time they had 4 or 5 children. They have 6 now. So it got better, and I guess they had another kid. But anyway, she wants to leave him. DJ Envy goes on the radio and has a very public apology saying who he had the affair with, that he's sorry, yada, yada, yada. Tyrese then goes on to say that he was told by God to accept this mission, his words, not mine, to accept this mission to step in and save their marriage. Now, DJ Envy and his wife, Gia, years later, write a book And they credit Tyrese for initiating or open the doors of reconciliation for their marriage, amongst other things. They publicly, Gia and DJ Envy, uh, publicly give Tyrese credit for a part of the reason why they are still together. Great. Tyrese then goes on to say, well, when I was going through my issues with my wife, you, DJ Envy and Gia, did not help. You didn't offer to take her out to dinner. You didn't offer to talk to me. You didn't offer the same help that I gave you. Pause right there. Now I am going to speak. That is what triggered me. But I'm going to go on. DJ Envy says, you know why? Because you had started doing disrespectful things to my wife. Now, off the heels of a psychotic break. This is what DJ Envy said to Tyrese. I have I have a degree in psychology. Let me put that hat on. Tyrese, who says that he has a clean life as far as not taking any medication, no drugs, legal or illegal. He only says that he smokes hookah. He was prescribed medication for mental health that tipped his equilibrium and caused him to have manic break. We all remember that time. It was public because he was going on social media losing his shit pretty much. And he says that is because of the medication. Now, is he wrong? Absolutely not. It takes years to find the right balance of mental health medication. Now, I'm not going to put out what he was on, even though he said it. I'm just going to call it mental health medication because that's not important. And I don't feel the need to continue putting that out there because there is still a mental stigma when it comes to mental health. And I don't want to do anything to perpetuate the negativity, although I am a firm believer in we should talk about our mental health and our brain getting sick the same way we could talk about having the flu. But anyway, we're not there yet, and I am not the one to change that. I'm going to be respectful because that's what I choose to do. I'm going to call it mental health medication. Years to find the right balance. And that is because weights fluctuate, genders fluctuate, blood type, how the brain is going to affect you, blockers, any other medication that you're on. Literally, it's a dance between milligrams, right? I'm on year 2 of taking my mental health medication, and it has to be changed every 3 months because I'm a bariatric patient and my weight changes. The medication they subscribed to me when I was 300 pounds is too much for somebody who's 230 pounds. It's too much. So it has been reduced. It went up. It goes down. I feel like shit. I feel out of it. I feel like a zombie. Like sometimes my husband was saying, the kids are calling your name and you just sit there. Like I'm literally just sitting there like, mommy, 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 mommy. And I'm just sitting there. It's too much. It's pulling me out too much. And then, my husband says, you just, a couple months ago, he was saying, you don't help, you don't do anything, you don't cook, you just come home from work and sit on your phone. I was over medicated, and I didn't know that's what it was because haven't been on it, but, conversations with my doctor, and I go, yeah, my husband's saying this, and they say, okay, well, let's look at you. Okay, yeah, let's pull it down some. So right now, today, I think I'm at a good level. But Tyrese wasn't on it for that long. I'm in year 3. I'm in year 3. Right? So yes, Tyrese is absolutely correct. It could be because of the medication, and since he has been off of it and just doing therapy, we haven't seen these mental episodes. Not saying that he's not having it, but he's not on the live doing it. So DJ Envy says you did stuff disrespectful or off the heels of the medication. Now, at first, when I heard it, I thought Tyrese was cursing him and his wife out and cursing everybody out. But no, that wasn't it. Tyrese then goes and says, I've been off that medication with my manic break. That didn't happen. Yada, yada, yada. Come to find out, Tyrese is texting and having a borderline, crossing the line, friendship, situational ship with Gia, the wife. Texting her, I just bought this island in Turks and Caicos. She's saying that's beautiful. Oh, this is the car I bought, and da 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 da. Okay. Now, if you don't know, I believe Tyrese knew exactly what he's doing, and he was waiting for that woman to leave and soft launching his shoot your shot. That's what I believe. And then Gia goes on the radio a couple days ago and says he was doing things that I felt were inappropriate for a married woman, being overly demanding of my time, telling me his expectations for our friendship, relationship with. And when I did not do that, he would become angry. That's how I know he was trying to soft shoot his shot, right? Waiting for her to leave. If you don't know what she looks like, it'll be in the thumbnail. She's very beautiful. She's very, 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 very beautiful. Okay? She's high yellow, but that's not why she's beautiful. She has very striking features. Very beautiful. Especially somebody who had fucking 6 kids. So, oh, and Tyrese is type all the way. Let's just say that. All the way, his type. So, what was I saying? Oh, that's what I think. That is what the disrespect was. It wasn't him cursing them out and having a mental psych break. It was crossing the line with the wife. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to what triggered me. That part didn't even bother me. What bothered me enough to make a video, because, I don't know these fucking people. How's it going to bother me? To get me talking, right, is Tyrese said he was told by God to accept this mission to help the Caseys. That's DJ Envy last name, right? His name is Rashawn Casey and her name is Gia Casey. And how do I know that? DJ Envy has been a New York staple for 20 plus years. So if you New York and you are New York hip hop, you know everything about that, right? Tyrese said God spoke to him and gave him this mission, and that's why he did it. And when it was Tyrese's time, when his marriage was on the rocks, the Caseys did not reach out and offer their assistance. Now, DJ Envy gives his reasons why, because Tyrese had crossed the line. He feels, and Gia feels, that he had crossed the line. Okay. Let me get out of my psychology degree hat and go back to being messy. Tyrese, you full of shit. You are full of shit. Now, I don't know for a fact if God spoke to you, but as I said in my other videos, I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that. Use God to justify their actions. God spoke to me. How the fuck you know what God sounds like? How you know if Damien didn't speak to you? The Dark Prince, the basement dweller. How do you know it was God who spoke to you? Okay, anyway. And if you're a Catholic, you're not even supposed to be speaking to God anyway. You're supposed to speak to the angels, the saints. You don't speak to God. Anywho, I digress. If that is your truth, and that's what I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say if it's true. If that is your truth, Tyrese, you were given the assignment to help the Caseys. Now they go on to say that Tyrese told DJ Envy to book a private room at PF Chow's and clean the house. And Tyrese came and sang Stay to them with a live violinist and yada, yada, yada. Sounds beautiful as fuck, don't it? I would love some shit like that. But no, I'm lying because I don't like being put on the spot and I'd be red and very uncomfortable. The most uncomfortable time in my life, 2 times I can remember, doing the storytelling contest in Brooklyn where you have to memorize a book word for word and say it out and recite it and kind of throw your little theatrics in it. I was all city, by the way. Elementary school. My book was Juan Bobo. Okay, my mother had me up 11, 12 o'clock at night going over that book. But the most uncomfortable time was being on the stage by myself in front of all those people doing it. Second time was my wedding. My wedding was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. It was everything. Was everything I could never imagine, because I never wanted to get married, or not wanted to get married. Never thought about getting married. Didn't envision my marriage. And when I did get proposed, I gave my mom my vision, and she was like, "No," and she made it very nice. You know, a lot of my ideas she had called tacky, and then years later said, "Oh, this would have been a good idea." And I'm like, "Girl, let me find the emails where I told you let's do this, and you told me it was tacky." Case in point, I wanted to put disposable cameras on the tables so that my guests could take fun pictures of them sitting at the table, and I don't have to go through 50 or 60 guests asking them to text me the pictures that they took. My mother told me that was tacky. Years later, she finds an article where that is a suggestion and says that would have been a good idea for your wedding. If I didn't search for 3, 4 hours in my Gmail account looking for the email where she called it tacky so I could re-forward it to her and let her know that she called it tacky, because she said, "No, I didn't." That was a win. Okay. That was a win. That will live in my head rent free forever. Okay. So anyway, my wedding was absolutely gorgeous. It was just enough for me. I think if there was too much more, it would have been too much. Would have been too much. And I pride myself on saying I did my wedding and my 7-day trip to Vegas for under $8,000. Okay. Night before, I was putting flower arrangements together. Okay. That was for me. Anything bigger than that. And I went to City Hall first. Limo to City Hall, then venue in a restaurant. A hall, right? That was borderline too much for me, too much attention, right? So Tyrese singing and whatever would be too much attention for me, but it sounds beautiful anyway. Put the train back on the track. Tyrese, if that was your truth and that was your assignment to help the Caseys rekindle and stay together, because at the time they had 5 kids, they have 6 now, right? That was your assignment by God. You cannot get mad that they didn't come and offer their assistance for you, because God didn't call them and tell them to do so. What I had to learn as a person and what I had to teach my mother is, we treat people and do things for other people. It is in our best interest to have zero expectations from the recipient. General example. I make it a point, and especially during COVID, I spent more money on postage than I did on the actual presents to mail everybody Christmas presents, because we were in the middle of COVID, yada, yada, yada. I mailed it to everybody. In-laws, sister-in-laws, my husband's nephews, blah, blah, blah. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I think it was almost $1,000 just in postage. I did not expect anyone to send us anything. Now, would it have been nice? Yes. Did we get? We did, but it was months or years later. Stuff was purchased. They didn't go the extra mile to make sure that we had it by Christmas. They gave it to us next time we saw it. Is that wrong? No. Is that what I did? No. Did I expect them to go and pay for postage to send me something? No, keyword is expect. Would I have liked for them to do so? I'm going to say no because I didn't have any expectations. I did it because that is me. That is what I do. I am a giver. Always been a giver. Always been a giver. I have learned to be a receiver as a grown ass woman. It was very uncomfortable for me to receive things. It's still uncomfortable for me to even ask for fucking help. But that's stuff I have to learn. And I'm learning. And when I get overwhelmed, I'll tell my husband, please get me some water. Please give the kids a bath. Please do this. Please do that. I can't do it all. It's exhausting. And I'll burn myself out. So I asked for help. Something I had to learn. A skill I had to learn. So, Tyrese, God spoke to you to help them. God did not speak to them. Therefore, you are not allowed to fault them for not stepping in and saving your marriage. Now, I'm glad the Caseys didn't step in to save your marriage because DJ Envy's issue was infidelity. He cheated on her. Okay? Your issue was borderline mental terrorism. You were mentally abusing that girl. You didn't cheat on her, was nothing. You were a terror. And I don't like fucking niggas that have matter of fact speech. And if you listen to Tyrese talk, he talks matter of factly. And I hate that. He talks as if what he's saying is law, and that's not true. Anyway, Tyrese, God spoke to you, did not speak to them. You're not allowed to have any expectations because you did something in hopes that they would do it, and when they didn't do it, you got mad. That's immature and stupid. And everybody listening, the wonderful 16 subscribers I have, do yourself a mental favor and eliminate expectations from people because you'll always be surprised and you'll never be disappointed.